Welcome back, guys. Today we are reviewing Aventon's Soltera 7. Now we're going to find out all the specs, we're going to put it on a road test, and learn everything we need to know about this bike before you purchase it. So let's get into it. The Soltera 7 is a Class 2 e-bike, which means it'll take you up to 20 miles an hour via pedal assist or this thumb throttle right here. Now, when you connect it to the Aventon app, you cannot unlock it past the Class 2, so 20 miles an hour is going to be your limit. Now, this bike weighs 42 pounds, but has a maximum payload capacity of 300 pounds. And they also say it'll do 41 miles on a single battery charge. This bike has a cadence sensor and 5 levels of pedal assist, and at the time of this recording, the Soltera 7 sells for $11.99. The Soltera 7 comes in 2 sizes and 2 versions. This right here is a step over model. It has a size regular, which is good for those who are 5'3" to 5'10", and then the large, which starts at 5'10" and goes to 6'4". It comes in 2 colors, the citrine color and onyx black. The step through model also comes in 2 sizes. You have a small medium, which handles riders who are 4'7" to 5'11", and then you have the medium large version, which handles riders that are 5'7" up to 6'1". It also comes in 2 colors. You have a seafoam green and a moonrock gray. This bike uses a 36-volt, 350-watt brushless rear hub motor. The transmission is a Shimano 7-speed transmission with the Shimano turning derailleur and a unique Shimano rev shift shifter. Stopping power is provided by the Tektro mechanical disc brake system with 160mm rotors on the front and also on the rear. When it comes to battery, the Soltera uses a 36-volt, 9-amp-hour, 345.6 battery that slides right up into the frame. The battery is removable for charging, and to do that, Aventon sends you 2 keys. I suggest you separate the keys so that if you lose one, you don't lose them both. And then you're going to put it in here and you're going to turn it. Listen. Now it just came free. Let's go ahead and turn the tire, flip this lever, and then you just got to pull it out. To get the battery back in the bike, what we're going to do is we're going to put it bottom first, and then you're going to, once you hear that noise, you know you're in there. You don't have to remove the battery from the bike to charge it because the charging port is right here. The battery is a 36-volt, 2-amp-hour, giving your charging time between 4 and 5 hours. The rims and tires are 700C by 35C, and what that actually means is 27.5 inches by 1.38 inches. These are Kenda tires, and they have a street pattern on them. Plus, they're also puncture resistant, and they have a reflective sidewall. On my bike, you can see that it has fenders and a rear rack. Well, your Soltera does not come that way, but you can purchase them additionally to put on this bike. The fenders are plastic. This rear rack holds 35 pounds, and there is a front rack basket that you can get for this bike as well, and I believe it holds 22 pounds. The bike comes with metal pedals. You're going to get this cage area, this little place to put a bottle holder right there. It was kind of hidden. I didn't notice it at first, but you will now. So you can put a lock there or a water bottle. It does have some various anchoring points to put different attachments on there. Has a quick release seat post, a custom seat, and dual tail light brake lights. Cockpit Operations. On your left-hand side here, we're going to start off with this grip. It is a really good feeling rubber. It does have the palm rest on it. It's single locking. There's a cap on the end here, so you can put like a bar end mirror, which I'll be doing later during this review. It has the front brake lever right here. It has a bell that's kind of hidden, but easy to access while you're riding. Here is your thumb throttle, and then right here is your control panel. To turn the bike on, you're just going to hold down the power button. There's no need to hit a battery button first. And there we go. As you can see, it is a beautiful display. There's only 10 miles on the bike. I've ridden it some, yes sir. And here's your power assist. So if you want to go up in pedal assist levels, well, you're going to click the up button here to go through 1 through 5. Minus button to climb down to back to 0. Want to turn your headlights on? Well, all you got to do is hit that button. The screen will dim. Your headlight comes on, and so do your dual tail lights. While these lights are on, if you hit the brakes, well, they get brighter as well. To turn the light off, you're just going to hit that button again, and that turns the light off. Now, if you want to jump into the menu part of it, you're going to hold down this I button, and it allows you to clear your trip data. You can adjust your screen brightness, set your unit of measurement, and that's like miles per hour or kilometers, and then system info and connect to the app. Right here is the QR code that you'll connect your phone to the app, which Aventon has. So check out your Google Play or your Apple Store and download the Aventon app, and you'll give you information about your bike, your trip rides, and things like that. Now to get out of that, we're just gonna hit that button again. We're gonna hit the back button right here, and we are back to our menu. The screen itself, well, it shows you the battery level, which I like, and it shows you in two different ways. It shows you the percentage, and it gives you a graphic bar indicator. Here shows your miles per hour, your trip distance, and your odometer. And if you want to change things like that, we're just going to click it one time on the I button, and it'll show your average speed, your max speed, trip time, and calories burned. CO2 reduced, trees that you've saved. I've saved 0.1 tree so far, so yay for me. On your right-hand side, you have another grip, but it's a half grip because you have your shifter right here, and this is what shifts you through your gears. I know it's pretty funky. I think it's kind of neat. And you have your rear brake lever. Now that we've gone through the features and operations, well, let's go ahead and get this bike out on the road and see how it does. We are out here at the 606, and I want to ride this bike without any power, since it is a light bike, just to see how easy it is. I had it on pedal assist 1, so we have it on pedal assist 0 now. And riding this bike without any power is not difficult at all. Now, like with everything else, I'm not going really fast. Actually, I think I can kick it up a gear. Yeah, so you can comfortably cruise at 13 miles an hour with no power, and that is a great thing to know. We're going to do the throttle only test. Now, I do have it in pedal assist 1, and the whole thing is to see if it's going to go full speed up to 20 miles an hour, or if it's limited depending on your pedal assist level. It has a slow pickup, but it looks like the throttle is going to take you all the way to 20, no matter what pedal assist level you're in, as long as you're not in 0. We're going to go ahead and do the pedal assist only test. I have it on pedal assist level 1. We're just going to crank it, and that's okay. So within one rotation, before I even made it one rotation, I felt the power kick in on the pedal assist. And in pedal assist 1, well, we're cruising at 11 miles an hour. Let's see what pedal assist 2 does. Pedal assist level 2, 14 miles an hour, 14.9. Pedal assist level 3. Now remember, guys, this is only a class 2 bike, so it's only going to do up to 20 miles an hour. And pedal assist level 3, 16 miles an hour. Pedal assist level 4, I have 17.6. Pedal assist 5 is going to shoot us all the way up to 20 miles an hour. We are here to do the 0 to 20 timed test. We're going to use throttle only on this one. I do have it on pedal assist 5, but 1 through 5 would have worked just fine. And here we go. Like I mentioned originally, this has a slow start to it for sure. And there it is, like 29 seconds. This is probably the slowest throttled bike that I've reviewed so far. We are now going to do the pedal assist only test from 0 to 20. I want to see how fast we can get to there. I do have it in pedal assist 5. I have it in gear 3, so to make it easier to start off with. And let's go. That was like 10 seconds, 9 something. That's what I'm talking about. That's more like it. Now we're going to do the top speed time test to see how long it takes us. Remember, 20 miles an hour. I'm going to use throttle. I'm going to use pedal assist. We're going to use it all. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Woo, like 8 seconds. It's a good breeze. This bike ride's pretty easy. All right, let's see how accurate the speedometer is. Yeah, it looks pretty accurate. Now, one thing I've noticed, I have this bike in the highest gear it can go. It's in 7. And we're at 20 miles an hour, class 2. No ghost pedaling at all. You know, I'm not a huge fan of the 7-speed transmissions, only because with some bikes, you'll even get the pedal, or you'll even get the ghost pedaling while it being a class 2 bike at 20 miles an hour. Like, this doesn't even feel like it's on the edge of ghost pedaling. It's just a solid cadence, feels good, everything about it is working. Let's talk about size and fit. When it comes to the Soltera, this is a large size, and if I drop the seat post all the way down, that's how it is. Now this is not adjustable, so you just get it, the handlebars the way that they are. That's the lowest seat position. As you can see, there's still plenty of room for a bag or something like that on the back. They are numbered, so that's nice. So you can, I have mine awful tight here. They're numbered so you can make sure you get your spot right every time. And this is the highest setting that you should have it on. Now, if you've noticed, I've thrown on some accessories to the bike. Like I put on my Rock Bros rear rack bag, and it has these panniers that come out. This is the first time I've actually used the panniers. Normally, I mean, all my camera equipment does fit in this part, but it is nice to have these panniers. This bike just felt like this was the kind of bike that the panniers should be down on. During the test, added the half knee bar, my bar end mirror, and then we added the Seco light for the front. This is how I get it in the garage, although I can't see how the fender is. You can't have the fender out too much. So luckily, this is not how I get it in the garage, to be honest. It's so lightweight and the handlebars don't stick out that much that I am able to fit it in between the two cars without any issue. So with that said, then I added my little foldy lock right here where you could put a water bottle cage. But yeah, so now I have everything I need. So let's go ahead, hit the road, get some more testing done. This bike is silent. It's not making any noise. Even when I stop pedaling, it doesn't even have the hub noise. Or if it is, it's like super silent. Although it is a windy day here today in Chicago. Temperatures in the 80s, and it is a beautiful day to ride. And we are here on the 606 trail, where I review all of my e-bikes. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I'm liking how the grips feel so far, and I really like where the bell is located on this bike, because it's right above the brake handle. So when you hit it, it makes it super simple, and you don't have to look for it or anything like that. It's just right there. The seat on this bike is by Cell Royale, and so far pretty comfortable. I'm not a huge fan of mechanical brakes, but I mean, they're working, and so far they're working well. Guess we'll learn more about that during the brake test. But when it just comes to how it feels in my hand, you know, and how they feel when you activate them, yeah, it feels pretty good. Today we're going to be doing a distance test with the bike as well, and Aventon is one of the very few companies that give you different, you know, real world distance tests. And what I mean by that is, you know, when you look at it, it says, you know, this, or the distance is 42 or 41 miles. I can't remember what it was. It's one of those two. And, you know, and that's how, what the distance is. But they have a chart for the real world testing that says if you have it in pedal assist 5, which is what I have it in, that you should only expect to get 20 miles out of the bike. And they have the different numbers for the different pedal assist levels that you're in. So it's the only company, well, there might be another one, but it's the only company that I've seen recently that gives you that information, right? Normally they just give you the longest distance off the easiest settings, and that's it. But Aventon, they tell you the different breakdowns and levels. So I expect to actually get under 20 miles with this bike, only because of the speed test and all that stuff and the way I'm riding it. All right, let's do the hill test. Just looking at this hill and knowing how slow this bike takes off, I do not expect us to make it to the top just off of the throttle, but let's find out. Here we go. Here's where it's going to become challenging right here. No, we're not going to make it. Well, that's what I kind of thought was going to happen. Let's try it with like a head start. We'll do that. All right, throttle only from back here. Let's see how it turns out. Yeah. We're making it a little bit farther, but still not enough to get it done. So let's go ahead and do it one more time. Now I do have it in pedal assist 5, but like, you know, as I mentioned, that doesn't matter with the throttle. It just needs to be in level 1 or whatever. So I'm going to kick down the gears here, put in something manageable, and then see Let's take it down to gear 3. That's always a good gear for me. And we'll try it again in pedal assist, gear 3. Let's see if we make it up the hill. Yeah, see, now it feels a whole lot better, and I can tell that we're gonna make it to the top of this hill, and there's really not much effort that I'm putting in during the pedal part. So just know that if you're gonna hit a hill, well, you better be pedaling and have this thing in pedal assist. This bike feels super smooth, which is always a good thing. You definitely want that if you're gonna be putting a lot of miles on a bike. Feels solid as well. It is time for the brake test. Now this bike will only do 20 miles an hour, so we're gonna go 220 as fast as we can go, and then we'll hit the brakes and see how long it takes. I have a 25-foot tape measure. I don't believe it's gonna take all of that space, but I think this bike will stop way before 25 feet. I'm gonna find out. Woo. Right at 24 feet. Well, it was within the 25 feet that I thought we were just going to be. Why do it once when you can do it twice? I like to confirm that it's not just a fluke. So we do it twice, and here we go again. Yeah, just a little bit past 24 feet. Feels good though. The braking on this bike doesn't feel bad for it being mechanical. You know, I guess I give mechanical a hard time, but it's effective. Works well for this bike. We have done all of the major testing that needs to be done on this bike. Strava says we've done 10.27 miles. The display says we've done 10.3 miles. We have 63% battery power left. So yeah, so now we're just gonna take it out, see how far we can go. Originally, I said I didn't think this was gonna do 20 miles with the way that I was treating it, but as I can see here, I'm thinking that we're gonna get 20 miles or more, so let's find out. It is time for another mileage check. Now we are at 14.7 miles. We have 38% battery power left, and I can't confirm it with Strava because I stopped for lunch, and when I did, I didn't turn Strava back on. I didn't say resume the ride, so I messed that up, but luckily we know that this display is correct, and this is also the kind of display where it doesn't reset your trip mileage whenever the bike gets turned off. So that way we're able to keep track of the rest of this trip and what our actual mileage is. Now I'm pretty close to Lakeshore Drive, so do I push it and try to make it there? Because I know that with Aventon bikes, whenever they go under 40%, well, they start to drop rather quickly when it comes to battery power. So do I push it and try to go out to Lakeshore Drive, or do I play it safe and head it home? Well, you'll know here in a second. Well, I ended up finishing and coming out here to Lakeshore Drive. It's always my favorite, especially on beautiful days like this. We're at 33% battery power though, so once we hit 30% battery power, I'm gonna turn around and then just hope for the best. As you can see, our beaches are pretty full today, and it is a Thursday. This is why I try to do reviews during the week, because on the weekend, there's just too many people out. You know, I wasn't too sure about this seat, but it's doing just fine. I mean, it does have the profile that you would think it would need for a bike like this, but it's always hit or miss with these Sal Royale seats when it comes to me. But this one seems to be effective. I don't think I'd end up changing it out. All right, we have just hit 30% battery power left. So I'm going to swing it around and head on home. And we're gonna see, will 30% battery power get me home? Right here, I turned around at 16.2 miles. Well, this is not helping. I am fighting the wind right now, and it is pretty strong. Well, I probably should have headed back before I hit 30%, because we are already at 18%. And we're at 18 miles. So 18 for 18. And I think I'm at least 5 miles from home. At least, maybe 6 or 7. I love this bell. It's so nice. I love the location. I love how it sounds. Everything about it works. Let me show you something about Chicago that's pretty awesome. Before, for many years, there's not been a bicycle lane here. And they put one in. Normally there's cars in this lane. Of course, this bus wants to screw everybody. But besides that, I would always have to take the sidewalk through this area. And from there, well, you know, now it's a little bit safer for us. and we're able to make it through the city better. There's also other lanes that they've been doing around my neighborhood where they've been painting bike lanes. So I'm back on the 606. We have 7% battery power. We're at 20.6 miles, and I'm about 3 miles from home. So I'm feeling really good about this distance, because I didn't even think I'd make it 20 miles, and we're over 20. And I thought I messed up when I went all the way out to Lakeshore Drive, but I think I'm going to be in a good position. By the time this puppy runs out of juice, I won't be far from home. The display is showing that we have 0% battery power. We're still doing 18 miles an hour. We're in pedal assist level 5, and we're just moving right along. Now, this bike is not pulsing. It's not giving me variations of power. I feel like I still have all the power, and it's at the 0 level. Let's go ahead and see if we still have throttle. I'll be able to feel it here in a second. Yeah, we still have throttle going on. All right, I like this. At 0, the display's still on. Everything's still working. Throttle's working. Let's see. And the throttle's still holding it at 19, 20 miles an hour with the 0 battery percent level going on. Here's one thing that I've noticed with this bike. At one point, I had this bike going 23 miles an hour. So there are some bikes that once it hits 20, it'll throttle you back so that you can't go any faster. Well, this one will, as long as you want to put the leg power in to do it. I made it to the end of the 606 trail. We still had power, so I figured I'd go ahead and stop and see where we're at. 1%. 1% battery power, 23.1 miles. Probably get another good mile out of this bike. So the bike still has throttle. I mean, we're not going fast, but we are going at 12 miles an hour with like very extremely low battery power. Impressive. All right, guys, it's official. At 23.7 miles, we lost all assistance with the bike. The screen's still working, the display's still working. We're just not getting any pedal assist or throttle. Yeah, it's all done. All right, let's head home and I'll give you my final thoughts. All right, guys, I have made it back. This bike really did go a lot farther than what I thought it would with the level that I had it in, and also what Aventon said on their website. So that's a great thing. Matter of fact, I mean, there's not really anything that I can beat up on this bike. I mean, it's just a standard, decent bike. I mean, it has a great screen, and it's very accurate, and the power made it all the way through the end. I thought I was going to beat it up with the mechanical brakes, but those were just fine as well, because these levers feel really good. Love the bell. Love that thing. And I thought the seat, I wasn't sure if it was going to do it, if it was going to make it, but it was just fine for the amount and how long this bike can go. For me, this seat was fine. Now, if you are interested in this bike, or actually any of the accessories that are on this bike, well, you can go ahead and click in my link below. This will take you right to Aventon's website. If you are interested in it, go ahead and click that link. Not only do I get a little support from Aventon if somebody purchases this bike through my link, but it also lets them know that you value my videos. So I appreciate you guys watching, and until I see you again, enjoy the ride.